need a telescope to see that.
Well, may I suggest that you consider moving to a hotel closer to the sea? Or preferably in it.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the greatest singular lines from all 12 episodes of Fawlty Towers.
Will you stop talking about the war?
Me? You started it?
We did not start it.
Yes, you did. You invaded Poland.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Rats in Spain.
What is that? It's my hamster. Pig young. Hamster?
Manuel is a hilarious character, and without him, the show would suffer severely. One of our favourite Manuel arcs comes from when he gets himself an adorable pet, a Siberian hamster, and then affectionately names him Basil.
Hamster? Sissy. No, pigeon. Man, well, it's a rat. Pigeon. It's a rat. No, it's hamster.
Well, that's what he thinks it is. It turns out to be a rat, leading to this iconic line when Basil Fawlty finds out.
Well, of course it's a rat. You have rats in Spain, don't you? Or did Franco have them all shot?
Despite how terrible keeping a rat in a hotel is, he refuses to let it go.
Have you ever heard of the bubonic plague, Manuel? It was very popular here at one time. A lot of pedigree hamsters came over on ships from Siberia.
This ended up being the final episode, which concludes the series spectacularly. That is, almost everything falls apart, and you're left wondering if it's possible for things to go worse. Number 9. How often do you manage it?
It's rather fascinating you're both being doctors. Poor for you, Doctor. Because at one stage I was contemplating becoming a surgeon.
A tree surgeon.
The second episode of Series 2 shows what happens when a psychiatrist came to visit, who was unusually observant of Basil.
I'm a psychiatrist.
Very nice too. Well, cheers. I'll get you another one. Sorry.
A psychiatrist, how fascinating.
This leads to a side-splitting exchange, where Basil's asked about his holiday habits, but completely misinterprets the question.
Yes, we were just speculating how people in your profession arrange their holidays, how often you can get away. How often do you manage it? How often can you and your wife manage it?
It's also the episode where one guest hides a woman in his room, leading Basil to become increasingly obsessed with catching him in the act. This results in a bunch of whimsical scenarios when he keeps accidentally snooping on a young woman, which Sybil comically stumbles upon every time, making the episode one of the highest rated.
Our average, since you asked?
Average?
Mm-hmm.
What would be average?
Well, you tell me.
Well, couple of times a year.
Number 8. Typical.
But you must remember that here in Britain there are things that we value more. Things that perhaps in America you've rather forgotten about, but which to we British are far, far more important.
I'm not satisfied.
Than many of the... What?
Anyone who has worked in customer service can easily relate to Basil Fawlty. He feels like they're constantly out to get him, which isn't the case, but with their constant complaints, it's easy to see why it gets to him.
This is typical. Absolutely typical. The kind of arse I have to put up with from you people.
Obviously, most of us don't handle intense situations as catastrophically poorly as Basil, and this line from the iconic Waldorf Salad episode comes from Basil at his most broken.
You punts in here expecting to be waited on hand and foot while I'm trying to run a hotel here. Have you any idea of how much there is to do? Do you ever think of that? Of course not. You're too busy sticking your noses into every corner, poking about for things to complain about, aren't you?
It's pretty brutal, but it makes for an amazing climax to an episode, concluding with Basil kicking every single guest out. That's until Sybil gets involved and sends Basil away instead.
Well, let me explain, my little workhorse. The guests and I have been having a bit of an old chinwag, and the upshot of it all is they're off. Off? Well, let me put it this way, dear. Either they go or I go. Right?
Number 7. French food.
Yeah, it's nice to have that kind of person staying, isn't it? Professional class, educated, civilised. Got both ends of the evolutionary scale this week, haven't you?
This next gag also comes from the Psychiatrist episode, except this time they're discussing local cuisines. The guest who's hiding a woman in his room, Mr. Johnson, strikes up a chat with Basil about local restaurants.
Do you want to look at this one? I've got it in town.
Oh, thanks. Yes, what's on in Torquay?
Yeah, it's one of the world's shortest books. What? One of the world's shortest books. Like the wit of Margaret Thatcher.
The interaction ends with this remarkably witty response from Fawlty.
I thought I'd try somewhere in town. Anywhere you'd recommend?
Oh, what sort of food were you thinking of? Fruit or...?
Anywhere they do French food.
Yes, France, I believe. They seem to like it, eh?
This episode's constant hilarious lines easily make it one of the best in the show's complete run, despite not ending quite as catastrophically as usual. Basil's completely embarrassed, but at least nothing is on fire, and he's not in the hospital, but he probably should be, after getting knocked off a ladder.
A swim would certainly sharpen your appetite. You better hurry, the tide leaves in 6 minutes.
Number 6. If the good Lord wanted us to worry.
The trouble with you, Mr. Fawlty, is that you worry too much. You keep it up like this and you'll have a stroke before you're 50. Stone dead you'll be.
Suits me.
The second episode is called The Builders, and as the name suggests, the hotel is being renovated. Unbeknownst to Sybil, Basil has hired probably the worst builder he can find.
Don't be so morbid. The good Lord made the world so that we could all enjoy ourselves.
Look, my wife enjoys herself. I worry.
He's called O'Reilly, and he seems to think of himself more as a cowboy than a builder. As predicted by Polly, he's useless and doesn't get the job done in time, resulting in this iconic interaction when she's only a few hours away.
Well, let me tell you, if the good Lord meant us to worry, he would have given us things to worry about.
He has. My wife. She will be back here in 4 hours and she can kill a man at 10 paces with one blow off her tongue.
We get an even more unhinged response from Basil later, when O'Reilly brings it up once again, and it turns out there was plenty to worry about after Sybil comes home.
Just remember, Mr. Fawlty, there's always someone worse off than yourself.
Is there? Well, I'd like to meet him. I could do with a laugh.
Number 5. Pay for a view.
Now listen to me. I booked a room with a bath. When I book a room with a bath, I expect to get a bath.
You've got a bath.
I'm not paying £7.20 per night plus VAT for a room without a bath.
Where is your bath?
Communication problems are a constant source of conflict for Basil, but Mrs. Richards takes the cake when it comes to pushing him over the edge. In the aptly titled episode, Communication Problems, we see this guest complain throughout her entire stay.
And another thing. I asked for a room with a view.
Deaf, mad, and blind. This is the view as far as I can remember, madam. Yes, this is it.
When I pay for a view, I expect something more interesting than that.
One of her most outlandish complaints is the quality of her view, leading to this memorable exchange between her and Basil.
Well, may I ask what you were expecting to see out of a Torquay hotel bedroom window? Sydney Opera House, perhaps? The hanging gardens of Babylon? Herds of wildebeest sweeping majestically?
This is our favourite response from Basil, but all of them are so witty, they're worthy of a spot each on our list. Mrs. Richards might hold the crown for being the show's most frustrating guest, but it's a tough call given how irritating so many are.
I expect to be able to see the sea.
You can see the sea. It's over there between the land and the sky.
Number 4. What is a Waldorf?
How about Waldorf Salad?
Was that one? Yes, you're absolutely right. Oh, that was a shock, wasn't it?
Another guest who gets right on Basil's nerves is the American from the Waldorf Salad episode. He has absurdly high expectations for how a hotel should be run, and Basil isn't used to what he's asking.
A what?
Waldorf Salad.
Well, I think we're just out of Waldorf.
For instance, he famously requests a Waldorf salad, leading to one of TV's most humorous interactions.
Now look, I'm sure your chef knows how to fix me a Waldorf salad, huh?
Well, I wouldn't be too sure.
Well, he's a chef, isn't he?
It makes us curious how many British viewers had even heard of a Waldorf salad before watching this episode. We know for a fact that most Fawlty Towers viewers don't associate the dish with anything else though, even the famous hotel that made it.
I will find everything. Just go and get a bottle of walnut.
What is a Waldorf anyway? A walnut that's gone off?
It's the hotel, Basil, the Waldorf Hotel in New York.
Number 3. Is this a piece of your brain?
Mrs. Richards, your glasses are there.
There? Well, don't put them in there.
Mrs. Richards makes her way onto our list again, this time for a line that was nearly cut. It might surprise you to learn that her episode is John Cleese's favourite.
Are you blind? They were on my head all the time, didn't you see?
Yes.
Didn't God give you eyes?
Yes, but I don't use them because it wears the batteries out.
After hitting her head in the office, Basil picks something up off the ground, then asks her this brutal question.
Why don't you call the police?
We will the moment we've searched the room.
My money's been taken.
Yes, I know. Try not to speak.
Is this a piece of your brain?
Fascinatingly, Cleese wanted to edit the joke out, but thankfully, Andrew Sachs, the actor of Manuel, argued otherwise.
Well, what have you got to say for yourself?
Another interesting piece of trivia is the fact that Mrs. Richards was written specifically for her actress, Joan Sanderson. She was pretty hesitant to take the role though, as she disliked playing someone so insufferable.
Wait. I haven't got it turned up enough.
Basil.
I said I should go!
Number 2. He's from Barcelona.
Fawlty? What's wrong with him?
It's all right, Mrs. Richards. He's from Barcelona.
The manager's from Barcelona?
The only reason Basil puts up with Manuel is that he can get away with paying him painfully low wages. At first, you think he's bad at his job solely because of the language barrier.
The chef calls the ratatouille Basil because he puts quite a lot of basil in it.
You put Basil in the ratatouille?
Yes!
He's from Barcelona.
The questionable decisions he makes in episodes like Basil the Rat reveal that's not the case. Almost every time he messes something up, Basil and Sybil use this excuse to explain his behaviour. As incompetent as he is, we can't help but feel sorry for him.
We're just training him in the art of hotel management. It's rather interesting, actually. He's from Barcelona. And one of the more...
He's clearly trying his best, and Basil is probably the worst boss he could ask for.
Oh, no, please. No.
Number 1. Don't mention the war.
You speak German?
Oh, German! I'm sorry, I thought there was something wrong with you.
The majority of fans could see this coming from a mile away. The Germans is frequently regarded not only as the best episode in the series, but one of the best in comedy history.
Here's the plan. I'll stand there and ask them if they want something to drink before the war. Before their lunch. Don't mention the war.
After a concussion, Basil becomes even more unhinged than usual, leading to these painfully awkward interactions between him and some German guests.
Oh, I see. You're volunteering to go out to get some meat. Not necessary. We have meat here. We have meat here in the building.
It's one of the more controversial episodes, for obvious reasons like the anti-German sentiments.
Why not? Why not indeed? We're all friends now, eh?
A prawn cocktail.
All in the market together. Old differences forgotten, and no need at all to mention the war.
Cleese and many others defended it by pointing out that you're supposed to be laughing at Basil rather than with him. The episode is so adored that it was one of 3 made into a stage play in 2016.
Listen, don't mention the war. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it all right.
What's your favourite Fawlty Towers moment, and did it make it onto our list today? Let us know in the comments below.